What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with some actual Destiny commentary. And we're going to be talking about something a little interesting here today. I actually did want to give my thoughts and opinions on what's recently been revealed about Destiny 2, which there's some very interesting things that have come out about the game, especially the fact that it's going to be on PC this time. That's something I'm going to get into in a separate video. But for this video today, I actually wanted to talk about why you should not pre-order Destiny 2. Now, unfortunately, the Collector's Edition is already sold out. They just announced the pre-orders yesterday, and they've already sold out half the editions, which just baffles me in this day and age, especially after the way Destiny went, with the way it released, and with how familiar Destiny 2's setup appears to be to the way the first game first came out. Now, you guys know me. I used to be a big Bungie fan. I love the Halo games. I was very excited for the first Destiny. I tried to stick with the game early on, but really fell out of love with it. Really fell out of love with Bungie in general, with the way they treated their community, with the way Activision had their claws in this game from the get-go, with all the drama that came out. We now know that Destiny had a very tumultuous development cycle. A lot of content was cut from the game and used as DLC. The game itself never felt like a full experience. The great story and cinematic experience they promised never materialized. It never happened. No matter how many times Bungie said they were going to work on getting the story right and fixing it, they just never did. And I haven't actually played Destiny in about, I'd say probably almost 5 months now. I gave Rise of Iron a try when it first came out, but it was very lackluster. It was not worth the money they charged for it, and I don't think any expansion for Destiny has ever lived up to the cost or the hype. So, really had just a very weird relationship with Bungie since they started working on Destiny. And I don't think there's anything that's going to change, really, with the new game, quite honestly. You have to look at the track record, you have to look at the history that Bungie and Activision have had with Destiny in general, and that's something I always harp on when I talk about it, because they've just given you no reason to really trust them. But they have finally revealed Destiny 2. There's 2 revealed trailers. I'm not going to go through those here. The one with Cade 6 at the bar was kind of interesting, but that's more to do with the fact that Nathan Fillion's a really good voice actor versus the fact that it's going to be a good video game. Now, they also did a Rally the Troops trailer where they have Zavala and Cade 6 talking about, what's going on and how they want to rally. They showed some footage basically that the Cabal are attacking the city and the city is being destroyed, which, was interesting. But that was also a rumored part of the Taken King. It appears this is going to be a Cabal-focused game at first, and it's really funny because the Taken King was supposed to have a new Mars social zone. It was supposed to have a thing where there's a Cabal raid, and then it was rumored that all got yanked out and actually put into the new game in Destiny 2. They said they actually took it out and decided that, we're going to go ahead and put that with Destiny 2 and let High Moon Studios start working on that ahead of time. So, in a way, there's already been cut content from Destiny that's going to go into Destiny 2. The other thing, too, I wanted to take a look is the pre-order bonuses and whatnot here. So, let's pull that up and take a look at what you can do with the games. They've already got some pre-order options up. You can get figures and things, and it just seems really ridiculous. Oh, the other thing too is you do have to pre-order the game in order to get beta access. Now, I'm going to say don't do this because they said this was going to happen too with the first Destiny, and they wound up opening it up to everybody like a day after the beta came out. So I would not pre-order this game just to get access to the beta. I think that's ridiculous. I hate the fact that companies do that now. Like, here, pre-order our game that you haven't seen any of, and we'll let you play the beta. I think that's just absolutely silly. So let's take a look at what you can do if you pre-order here. They've got some different options here. You can buy the digital deluxe edition, the collector's edition, limited edition. Oh, there's an expansion pass. Oh, really? That doesn't seem familiar whatsoever. Many of you will remember the original Destiny had an expansion pass right at the beginning. You could spend $100 in the entire game, get all the DLC, all the really great stuff that they were going to put into the game. Wealth of new weapons, armor, and gear, brand new story missions, cooperative activities, a wealth of content. Yeah, we've heard that before. We've heard that with just about every single Destiny expansion, and most of us know how that worked out. Now, I understand, if you like Destiny, that's great. If you like Destiny and you want to get Destiny 2, I've got nothing against you. I personally don't care for the game. I don't care for the way they treat their community. I don't care for the way they rip content out of the game and then give it back to you and then want praise for it. It's one of the reasons I've really been turned off the Bungie, especially in the last couple of weeks, because when they brought out The Taken King, they brought out Rise of Iron, they pretty much made all of the stuff you had done the first little bit of the game completely irrelevant. They actually took content out of the game that was there in year one, which, I've never seen a company actually remove content that you've paid for from a game that no longer allow you to access it. I use World of Warcraft as an example all the time. You might have bought World of Warcraft 8 or 9 years ago. You can still go back and play the content that you paid for on day one. With Destiny, that was not the case, and I just thought that was really messed up the way they did that. And then all of a sudden, for their Age of Triumph, which they just came out with this past week, they pretty much brought back all of that content and were like, oh, here, we're giving it all back to you guys. Yay, love us, we're amazing. And of course, all the fanboys and the YouTubers just foam at the mouth and flock all over it. And they're foaming at the mouth over Destiny, too. They're already telling people to get the game and pre-order the game, and I think that's just a terrible practice. After the way Destiny came out, the first game, Bungie does not deserve your money. They don't deserve your money up front. They don't deserve to sit there and have time to work on a game when you've already paid their budget back. So I would suggest strongly, I'm not going to say don't buy the game all out, but don't pre-order Destiny 2. It's really just not worth it. You're not going to really miss out on anything. The collector's items honestly don't look that great. But again, here you go, PC. That's going to be interesting. I'm actually going to talk about that in a separate video because I think that's actually a very bold move on Bungie's part, but it could end up backfiring on them big time, and I'm going to talk about why, but that's for a separate video. Of course, you can get an Xbox One, PlayStation 4. I am sure there are going to be exclusives for PlayStation again because I do not believe contractually that they are out of the time period yet where they can't not give Sony exclusives at this point. Of course, you can buy it for wherever you live. You can go to Best Buy, GameStop, Amazon, wherever. But overall, just not a great idea to pre-order games in this day and age. It just isn't. Pre-orders, in all honesty, need to go away. Companies do not need your hard-earned money before they've shown you a product. And I think it's hilarious. They want you to spend your money on this game already, and they haven't shown you a bit of gameplay, and they're not going to show you gameplay until May, I think the middle of May. So you have a month and a half almost before you're even going to see gameplay. And they want you to drop, $100 and go ahead and buy our expansion pass, guys. Make sure you get all that content. We haven't even shown you what the content is, but please go ahead and spend all your extra money on our expansion pass. I just think that's insane. It's ridiculous. Then you see the premium digital content that they're going to give you. You can legendary player emotes, Cabal-themed emblems. And it's kind of interesting they're doing this because they've said already they can't bring any of that stuff forward from the first game. And a lot of players are upset because all the emblems and things they earned in the first game aren't going to carry over and they can't use any of that stuff in Destiny 2. And then Bungie's like, oh, we can't bring it over. All the stuff's going to be gone. And then people say, oh, well, you're still doing emblems and things for the new game, so why don't you just bring over the cosmetic stuff from the old game? I don't know. I personally don't understand why they're allowing characters to be carried over in the first place. It's not like this game is like Mass Effect where you have decisions that carry over from game to game. Your Guardian in Destiny is essentially a nameless, faceless errand boy with one of the worst character creators that's ever been in games. And I really don't understand why people wouldn't want a chance to just start over with a new-looking character in a new game because, like I said, there's no narrative choices that are going to carry over to the new game. There's just nothing there. There's no story. There's really no story in Destiny outside of the lore cards that you can't even access in the game, and that's another problem. But anyways, guys, given the way Destiny was developed, given the fact that this is Bungie and Activision, just wait and see. Now I know the collector's editions and all that are already selling like hotcakes, and I find that ridiculous. I just wish we weren't in this day and age where gamers were so gullible and so quick to throw away their money. And like I said, I understand if you enjoyed the first game. I understand if you put countless hours of grind into it. There was a time when I enjoyed Destiny. Right around House of Wolves, I was having a blast with the game. I put several hundred hours into it. But over time, I finally saw that this is not a great business. It's a business model based on gambling nature and drawing you in and taking advantage of you. And they did that to a lot of people. And they made a ton of money doing it. And they're probably going to make a ton of money with this game, unfortunately. I think Destiny is going to be Activision's new Call of Duty, as that series has completely declined over the last couple of years. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, just please do not pre-order Destiny 2. There's no reason to do so. At least wait until May to see what the gameplay looks like, especially on that PC version. I'm going to be interested to see what they do with PC, if they just port it over from crappy console edition, or if they're going to actually go full out on it, because I don't think Bungie really understands what they're going to have to do with the PC version of this game. But like I said, I'll get into that on a separate video. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me. Please let me know what you thought of the Destiny 2 reveal. Let me know what you think about the options that are available if you're going to be pre-ordering, which, like I said, I don't recommend whatsoever at this time, especially given the history with Bungie and what we saw with the first Destiny and its development cycle. So that's going to do it for me, guys. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks, as always, for watching, and I'll see you again next time.